pitching session. Now, eye contact is a session where we feature our currently live and upcoming deals, and where issuers will do their best to engage you, dear audience, in their business propositions. We have 5 companies presenting today. Currently live on our platform is ULearnMONEY. And ULearnMONEY is a company recognized by Google as Malaysia's best online financial literacy platform. Following that, we have MAEKO on a mission to achieve zero food waste and environmental sustainability. Following that, we also have G-Flex40, a company that's making insurance accessible and affordable to the B40 community at a price of a Milo Ais. And also we have PASAR, a community-focused grocery delivery service bringing fresh produce from the PASAR to you. Other than that, we're also featuring an upcoming campaign that will be launching soon, and this is TABIGO, an online travel marketplace and aggregator in Southeast Asia. So to start our session today, I'd like to bring on Kiri, Autoplus's co-founder and director, to kickstart today's session with a few welcoming remarks. Kiri?
Yeah. Hi. Can you see me? Hi, Shaz. Thanks, Shaz. Okay. Yes. Welcome. Thank you very much. We really appreciate the support you've given us, not only for today, but I think throughout the year. We've when we started the year, we were doing eye contact. It's essentially an offline event in our office, and we're ending it completely on doing everything online. Such has been, the transformation this year. This will be our last eye contact for this year. I think overall it's been very successful, and we appreciate the support you guys have given us. Now moving forward, obviously we're looking at, will it always be completely online, digital, or will we revert back to some kind of a occasional offline? That is something that obviously we definitely look at, and it really comes down to how best we serve both you guys as investors and also the issuers, and what makes sense. I think there's no doubt we live in very interesting times. I just saw a report this morning, record number of IPOs in the US this year, 22 companies, eclipsing the previous record of 15 companies. And if you look at the type of profiles of these companies, they're very much in the digital space. Food delivery companies, there was a couple of them. Airbnb just recently listed. And the valuation on the day went up to 100 billion. I think it's settled to something like 50 billion now, sorry. And at the beginning of the year, the valuation was 15 billion. So, you can see the kind of transformation that's happening in it. And I'd like to, obviously, for you guys as investors to see within a few short years, some of the companies that you could potentially be investing in today or in other days will have that will have a listing exit for you guys, and I think that's the key incentive. Apart from being companies that also you want to support for social reasons as well, and I wouldn't never underestimate that motivation as well. And again, I just want to close by saying thank you. We really appreciate your support. I think the companies appreciate your support, and we can't do it without you guys. They can't do it without their guys. And what we're doing collectively together is actually transforming the economy. And I think we're really creating this dynamism in the economy here. Okay, so again, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Kiri, for the welcoming notes. So before we begin, I'd like, with the first pitch, I'd like to go over the format for today. Issuers, you will each have 7 minutes to present. Please be aware of your time. I will have to interrupt your presentation if we go over the time allocation. And following the 7 minutes presentation by the issuers, we'll have 7 minutes for Q&A to our dear audience. If you have any questions during the presentation, please post them in the chat box, and I will ask them on your behalf. Right? So without further ado, let's start with our first company for today. We have ULearnMONEY. Uni?
Hi, good morning, everyone.
We can hear you and we can see you.
Yes, thank you. I would like to share my slide.
Yep, go ahead.
I'm looking for the, Can you see my slide clear? Can you see my slide?
It should be coming up soon. Let's just give it a second. No, it's not coming up. Can you try again?
Can you see my slide now?
Yes, we can see your slides now. If you could go in.
Orange color.
Yes.
So I have 7 minutes from now, right? Okay. Okay. Good morning to everyone. Good morning to all the guests and also to the potential investors. And I would like to say thank you for having me here to spend just a couple of 7 minutes to share with you about my pitch. So on the 15th of December, we have actually live on Atta Plus. So we are honored and thankful to Atta Plus for giving us this opportunity to share about our special online financial literacy platform. A little bit about myself. My name is Amy, the publisher of Money Compass publication. I have been in the financial industry for 16 years, and I've started this publication, mentoring publication called time. And during the MCO time, I have also started this online platform in Bahasa medium called Cilebang.com. 2 years ago, I've started this education platform, ULearnMONEY, which is an e-learning platform. And I believe what Chris had mentioned just now, transforming economy is very, very important. So this is a social impact platform whereby we are able to transform, and we hope with us striving our very best to make financial literacy for all.
Amy, I'm sorry. Could you please put your presentation in full screen mode?
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. So let us look at the problems that we are facing today. This is really alarming. We understand that poverty has been a serious issue, not only at the rural area, but also at the urban area as well. 2 out of 3 Malaysians are not financially literate, and many of the Malaysians are not financially ready to retire, as their EPF accounts are less than 50,000. And many of these bankruptcy issues has been happening. And because due to the recent pandemic COVID-19, many are losing out their jobs. A lot of SME and businesses are closing down. So we can see that the financial issue have become so stressful for almost everyone. And there are a lot of scam issues happening, and many have actually been trapped by the scam and losing out their hard-earned money. And all this is also one of the key factor issue is because of low financial literacy. And let us look at the young generation today. There are also lack of direction because of there is non-financial education which is sufficient in their academic and institution. And all these young people today are flooded with a lot of online and social media information whereby it's not structured to lead them to understand about how important is financial literacy. And one of the issues that we have been familiar of is the student loans have a huge default amounted to 39 billion. It also connected to the ethics of financial as well. Hence, we actually started ULearnMONEY.com. It's an initiative to elevate financial literacy for Malaysian through education. We are also a close collaborator with the Bank Negara Malaysia as Security Commission through Financial Education Network, which is the National Financial Literacy Strategy 2019 and 2023. And with the mission to elevate financial literacy level of everyone to financial education, we strive very best to achieve our vision one day, being the Southeast Asia #1 go-to online financial education platform. And our solution is to create a collaboration-centric platform through this e-learning platform called ULearnMONEY. From the logo and also from the name of itself, you're easily able to understand that we want to educate all mankind about money. And the technology that we are using is a special developed LMS app. And this app is actually presented in an advanced design LMS for interaction with the 5 special features on learning management system: structured learning, test, quiz, assessment, progress tracking, statistic report, certification, rewards, gamification, and also solution apps. Solution apps such as budgeting app, retirement planning app, and goal setting app, and a lot of apps which is relevant with financial planning. Our customer segment are focused at 4 key markets. And the 4 key markets are 1.3 million tertiary students, 15.2 million employed Malaysian, 300,000 financial services practitioners, and 900,000 SME entrepreneurs. And these are the captive markets that we are focusing at. And these are also the very important markets. We believe that in the 4 years to come, we strive to achieve 15% of this total population. And we will also write on the platform and go borderless to Southeast Asia region as well. And one of our ready products, which is Financial Literacy 123, we'd like to show to our audience today what are the topics that we actually cover. These are the topics that we ready for our university students. We have 19 topics, cover all range of financial and trending topics. Even fintech, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and e-wallet is also one of the topics that we touch on. But most importantly is to transform the mindset of our young people. So these are the interesting thumbnails. We actually inviting young and presentable talents to present the contents to make it more engaging. And we have after effect to make the whole presentation more interesting and more impressive. The marketing strategy that we are using will be captive audience. Of course, we are using online digital marketing as well, and we believe both comes together and make the marketing strategy success. And this is our sales strategy. We have interesting pricing, whereby we actually inviting the tertiary student to come in, as well as a corporate sponsor to sponsor part of the fees. The milestones that we have achieved today also covering contents development, government agency support, association support, and we also have signed 36 MOU with 36 universities and also colleges. And this also inclusive of some of the bills that we have issued and also with the sales collected from these 36 universities. And we have more than 5,000 users already set up on our platform, and about 2,000 of them already completed their learning journey and acquired the digital certificate. We have done our soft launching in the year of November 2018, and we have our official launch by the Ministry of Education on October 2019 last year. And these are some of the pictures that testify our milestone and achievement. So we also conduct numerous dialogue on financial literacy, some also Malaysian Financial Literacy Conference last year with the Ministry of Education with 40 universities participation. And these are the activities that we have organized online and offline as well. And we also have a partnering strategies with many of these organizations like Bank Negara, Ministry of Education, University, as well as associations like Malaysia Literacy and Financial Education. We are often being invited as the conference speaker to touch on the topic on financial literacy. As we believe that financial literacy, to elevate financial literacy, is very important, and this is able to contribute to the social and economic transformation. And the 7 business model for sustainability, inclusive of subscription, CSR, sponsorship, sponsored content, advertisement, fee share, big data, career matching, and comparison site. Out of these 7 models, we have already achieved 5 of these, which is the number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, whereby we have already receiving substantial revenue. And this year alone, we have able to achieve about 19.9% of profit after before tax. And let us look at these financials. Our next coming 18 months, we are very optimistic, whereby we understand one of our captive audience, the universities, are already embracing e-learning. We are going to fulfill all the contracts and MOU that signing with us. We take an example of our monthly expected platform users at 10,000 per month, times 12 months will be 120,000, times $60, our price fixed. So we can generate the revenue of 7,200,000. And we will manage our media server cost and our infrastructure cost at 30%, and after our operating cost at 30%, and we can achieve estimate profit at about 40% before tax. We are trying to be very transparent because we want to show.
I'm sorry, your time is up. Can you quickly wrap up in 1 minute?
Yes. Transparent manner is to show our audience that our confidence and our commitment to make this platform successful. So we believe that we have a high level of credibility. So these are the universities that have signed with us, official support from Ministry of Education. Okay, and we are seeking for 1.5 million in return of 5% equity. As we understand that this is actually, we also have a high valuation of 39 million. But this will not hinder the worry of our prospective investor. And what we believe, we will strive to make this valuation proof. And these are our master coaches of ULearnMONEY. They are the renowned brands and our board of advisors. You can see them, they are very experienced, like Dr. Suresman Ujang, Steve, and Shankar. They are the renowned names in the market. Our board of advisors, they are also very renowned features of the capital markets. So they will definitely hold hands with us to help us to achieve this financial map journey. And our recent achievement, we entered into the top 30 finalists under M-Bank Business Race Season 3, and also being offered development grant by MTech. And yes, this is one we'd like to shout out. Today, we are number 1 position in Google ranking as financial literacy online education in Malaysia. Okay, so that comes to the end of my presentation. Would like to say is that we strive and commit to achieve sustainable development goals, and we believe that every human on earth with determination to practice financial literacy can achieve financial freedom. And we believe that we are able to create great value to form the responsible and harmonious society. And some of our ECF offer package is over here. If you want to find out more, you can visit Aka Plus, our deal page. That comes to the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Amy. I would like now to open up the floor to the audience. If you have any questions for Amy, please direct them into the chat box. For those of you also tuning in on Facebook, you can leave your questions in the comment section. Any questions from the audience?
Would you like me to enhance a little bit? Shah? If there's no questions, come to me. Over here, I'm thankful for this opportunity to share in this platform. Of course, I would like to convince the potential investor here to invest on us and welcome to be our stakeholder. ULearnMONEY is a very niche platform, and we have a strong differentiation. We are not only an online education to teach on financial education, but it's also a platform to start to transform social economy as well. And we are covering the 4 key market segments. The 4 key market segments is actually related to almost everyone. And from university students, from education institutions, to the household employee markets, and to the SME, as well as the financial service providers. So all these 4 market segments are equally important. And we strive to deliver, of course, not only in the business model itself, we believe that we can transform every human mindset, and it's actually save people's life. as we not only able to create the inspiration and motivation to set goals for these individuals in life, but through managing their financial and to creating wealth, and they are able to have betterment in their life. So we believe that they are able to achieve their sustainable goals as well.
Okay, thank you, Amy. We actually have a question that came in from Facebook. The question is, could you tell us more about your exit strategy?
Okay, we actually plan to exit through corporate exercise in the 4th year. So this year is 2020. So next year is 2021. So we are planning to exit 2024 through corporate exercise, which is either IPO or M&A. And of course, there could be also a big, good potential if there is a good buyout. We are quite open in the sense that because under many years of business experience, I'm actually an entrepreneur for 20 years. And we started off with a media publication. And we believe that after few rounds of fundraising and also after few rounds of business expansion and business growth, then come to the final year, we will be able to achieve all the milestones that we have set. And we are going for IPO as well as going for corporate exercise. And then that will be the best time for our investors to exit. And of course, in between that, if there is any trading options available, we will also announce to our investor. But for our equity crowdfunding investor, we would like to inform them that they will have to be patient to be with us for 4 years. So for the first and second years, in fact, we would like to commit to a yearly dividend of 3%. So this is very different with some other platform or some other startup, because we are not a new startup. We are a startup with 3 years experience. As I shared in my slides just now, I started in 2018, and we actually worked very hard from 2018 to 2019, and trying to prove our concept and approaching more than 100 universities. And finally, we signed up with 40 universities, MOU and letter of confirmation. And also we have been visiting Ministry of Education, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Youth, and and Sport. And we have been working very hard. We will not give up, and we definitely make it happen and prove to many people that actually do not believe at us at the beginning. And now we have make it happen. The product is ready, and the platform is ready, and we are now go to market, and we are definitely commit to achieve a big success and make people trust on this platform and what is the value that we are going to create for the entire society. So the value creation is equally important as
Amy, unfortunately, that's all we have for questions now. We need to move on to the next picture.
Thank you so much.
If you'd like to know more about ULearnMONEY, the link to their deal page is already shared into the chat box, and you can also get in touch with Amy via email directly. You can find those details in the chat box too. Okay, thank you, Amy.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, next up we have PASAR. Can I call on Tunku Eddie to present?
Yep, let me just everyone can hear me, right?
Yes, we can hear you. We can't see you though.
Okay, hold on. Let me just get the presentation up. Hold on, having a technical problem. Are you able to see the presentation now?
I see your screen, but you're not in your presentation mode. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Hold on. Just do that. How's that?
Okay, that's great. You're ready to go.
Okay, cool. All right. Morning, everyone. My name is Tigretti, and I am here to present PASAR app, where we deliver our app. So we developed this app a few years ago, and we looked at two problems that were faced. We looked at problems that were faced by the consumers and the merchants. Yeah. So for the consumers, well, I'm not sure when the last time you all were at the PASAR, but it tends to get overcrowded. And especially now with the physical distancing that we're supposed to adhere to, that can be quite problematic. You do navigate through really uncomfortable surroundings in our PASARs. It's very hot and humid. And I think the key thing is you can never find parking unless you get there very, very early. That's the only way to get parking. And of course, time spent away doing other things, because you're wasting time shopping when you could be at home or whatever it is. So those are the consumer problems that we saw. For our local PASAR merchants, we realized that they were facing the problems of the emergence of hypermarkets. And these hypermarkets had a strong online presence, which our local PASARs don't, or our local merchants don't. And again, there was a lack of appeal and experience from the younger generation. So these younger generations are all online, or they want to shop at a more comfortable surrounding. So there's actually So what is our solution? Well, our solution is actually to merge both the consumers and our local PASAR merchants by offering them a multi-PASAR platform for our consumers that facilitates easy buying of fresh groceries. And for our local merchants or PASARs, we help them to expand their business and their reach via online. So we did an 8-month pilot project in September 2017 until April 2018. This is very key for us because we managed to sign up 80 merchants in 7 PASARs. And on our customer side, we managed to get 14,000 downloads. So the key now is to get funding to restart our business. Yeah. So right now the app is not in operation, but we've developed it, and we've spent our time re-looking at the business plan and things like that. So the key now is to restart the project because the findings show that there's a potential here. So what's our market size? So we're looking at the Klang Valley. Of course, if you've seen a little bit, 1.5 million households, urban households because they're tech savvy. And of course, we can't fulfill 1.5 million. So our aim is to get 1 to 2% by year 3. How's our business model? Well, we have the non-subscription model, which we call the walk-in model, where we charge a delivery fee of 8 ringgit and a handling fee of 10%. We also have a subscription model for those who want to spend, they spend every week or twice a week or even 4 times a month. So it's more worth it for them to get a subscription fee, which is RM15 per month, but we still charge a 10% handling fee. Now you see at the bottom there, there's fulfilled by PASAR, meaning we still get items that maybe the PASARs don't have, and we will still fulfill that for our customers. So what's our sales target? So we said we're looking at about 15,000 households. Let's say an average spend of about 100 ringgit. And based on our percentage, 10% and a handling fee, we're looking at a monthly revenue of about 270,000. So we're looking at 3.2 million by year 3. So these are more realistic figures. These are very realistic figures actually that we've gone through with our finance team to come up with. Yeah. What's our marketing strategies? So for my 8-month trial period, we realized that our early adopters are actually housewives or mothers because we follow the timing of the PASARs. So if PASAR Taman Tun, for example, is open from 7 a.m. till about 4 p.m., then we are just following that time for delivery. For example, Jinjiang is only open from 7 a.m. until midday, then we only follow that time for that specific market. Again, we want to build a community, and we'll talk about that more later. And of course, we want to do heavy online branding now, and we want to go on ground to the markets to make sure that people know that PASAR is out there, or PASAR app is out there. So when I say community focus, so we spent time researching this. And besides trying to help out the merchant, the local merchant, we want to actually help out the neighborhood. So our focus now, when we start the business again, is to look at Taman Tun fully. And we want to introduce PASAR coins or PASAR rewards, where if the consumers buy a certain amount on PASAR app, they can use the coins or rewards to be utilized or redeemed at stores or restaurants in the Taman Tun area. So that's how we want to help that Taman Tun economy build up. So, for example, if you're in a Jinjang area, then we will look at businesses in Jinjang if you're buying from that particular PASAR. So that's how the community focus program works. So what's our final projection? So we're looking at a steady 20% growth year on year, slowly going from Taman Tun to the other markets. And we see that 75% will be the non-subscription model, where 25% will be more of the subscription model. So who are competitors? So we look at Happy Fresh because they were one of the earliest grocery delivery apps. PASAR Tap looks at the PASARs like us, but they are more, they look at wholesale. Maiden and Tesco, classic examples of a brick and mortar store that have gone into the delivery business. So how do we outweigh the competition? Well, number one, level of freshness. We are giving our items straight from the PASARs itself. The PASAR prices are usually more affordable. And we are locally sourced, meaning we want to help our small local merchants, our auntie and uncles, to go onto the digital platform. And we want to be community focused because we want that particular community to grow economically with PASAR app. So what's our funding allocation? We are actually looking for 700,000 for funding. We're looking at 60% operations and staff acquisition. So we want to have a team back in, but we want a lean team. We want to go heavy on marketing, branding, which we did very minimal when we first started. So that was very important for us. And of course, 10% on the system update. This is just a quick rollout plan. When we say B2B, we have had people like hotels and restaurants asking us whether we could supply to them. The PASAR expansion, we said we want to start with Taman Tun first and slowly grow because we want to get that business correct in Taman Tun. And of course, there's the tech development and potential funding rounds. Yeah. So here's the team. So I'm Tengku Eddie. So I've actually got my own digital marketing agency. So I've actually started my own business and I'm currently running it. So I think that's a key factor to know. Tengku Danny is my brother. He's actually also started his own business in microfinancing in the last 2-3 years. So two of us have actually started our own businesses and we're currently running them now. Shane is our Chief Technology Officer. So he's been helping us develop the app and he's on board to continue once we get started again. Yeah. So this is some media coverage when we rolled out. As I said, we were featured on Nona on TV3. We were interviewed on BFM, and we were also interviewed on the Star SME Biz. This is how the actual app looks like, and so it's actually fully developed. It's just now the funding to really kick it off again. So that's what PASAR app was all about. So I hope you really take this opportunity to join us because we are in an industry that's growing during the MCO, and it's constantly growing. Yeah, and we really want to help our local PASARs and merchants go into the digital age. And you have two of the founders who have already started their own businesses and are currently running them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tengku Eddie. Okay, so now we'll open up the floor to audience. If you have any questions, you can direct them into the chat box. I will ask them on your behalf. We actually already have a few questions for you, Tengku Eddie.
Yeah.
One of them is, are there any plans to extend delivery hours beyond the usual PASAR operating hours?
The plan for that is not yet. I think we want to keep those delivery hours because of the freshness. And I think freshness is a vital and it's key for us right now. So maybe in the future, potentially, yes, there is their way of doing it, whether we get a storehouse or a proper area. But right now, we really want to focus on these key times. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And we have another question also. How is the uptake of your app being in the light of the pandemic? Has your financial projections taken this into account? Okay,
so as I mentioned, the funding we need now is actually to restart the business. So we only had a trial run around until 2018. From 2018, what we've been doing is that we've been refining the business plan. We've been relooking at what's been happening in the market. And that's when we decided to bring in the community-based, PASAR coins and rewards in. So that we haven't been running during the pandemic. But if you just look at the stats during the pandemic, I mean, you have noticed that the percentage of delivery has gone through the roof. If you look at even just, I think it's Lazada's percentages, they said they shot up 800%. So delivery, it will always be there, and this is the new norm. So I have every confidence that PASAR will continue to grow even after this period that we're facing now.
Okay, just reminding the audience, you still have a chance to question and to post your questions in the chat box.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have one from Facebook. Could you define further your unique selling point compared to other wet market delivery apps such as HappyFresh?
Okay, so I think what differentiates PASAR is we actually focus on the actual merchant. So even though you go to Taman Tun, we will actually name the merchants that are there. You know, there's over 200 merchants in Taman Tun, and we will actually name them on the app. So they are able to do their own promotions if they need to. They can request from us, as well as we are able to rate them. So we want to make sure that our merchants, our local merchants, are doing a good service for us. So we are able to rate them on the app. If there's a bad delivery or bad items that delivered, we can rate them. I think that's the number one key. Number two is our focus is just the PASARs. So I think HappyFresh are going to other stores or supermarkets as well. That's included in them. But our focus is we really want to help our local guys. So it's almost like the jack of many trades, or focus on one thing, right? So that's what we want to do.
Okay, great. So we have one question from Ms. Teresa Tay, and I think this will be the last one we'll be taking from the audience. What do the merchant partners, for example, Frisky Goat and other restaurants in TTDI, get in return for the redemption of points? How would that exchange work from business side?
Okay, so like I said, we want to build up the economy. So for people like Frisky Goat and things like that, we actually want to introduce them by introducing them that the PASAR consumers kind of buy more items. So let's say you hit a certain amount of PASAR coins, you're actually able to redeem either whether it's a coffee or even a meal, and that's a deal that we will done with the certain businesses in Taman Tun. So you're able to redeem that. So we want to make sure that there's foot traffic into these restaurants as well, especially now after what's happened with the pandemic, and people are struggling. So that was the key thing that we looked at. So for PASAR consumers, we hope that they get a really good redemption items, whether it's a free meal or coffee, by hitting certain points. And for the businesses in Taman Tun, we want to help them with the foot traffic into there. Eventually, we will look at how we can do the points, whether they buy the points on their end, like the businesses in Taman Tun. But right now, as a startup, we want to make sure that we cover that, and there is a potential in that. Hope that answers the question.
Okay, thank you, Tunku Eddie. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for questions now. If you have any more questions for Tunku Eddie, you can leave them into the chat box and he will reply them individually. And if you'd like to know more about PASAR, you can check out their deal page. The link and Tunku Eddie's email is shared in the chat box below. Okay, great.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, thank you. So next I'd like to call on Satya from GFlex40. Satya, are you there?
Hey, hi, good morning. How are you, Charles?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Good to be here with everyone. Good morning, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Can you all hear me and see me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you and I can see you.
Brilliant.
Share
Let me just share my screen. Great. Can you all see the little girl on the screen?
Yep, it's coming up. Yep, it's there.
Brilliant.
Okay, Satya, you ready to go?
Great. First of all, thanks everyone for joining us, taking your time to listen to all of us just here today. I think everybody's got a great proposition, and we at GFlex, we believe we have a very unique proposition that you would all be able to subscribe to and find similarities of what could help you in your life, in your businesses. So just a couple of quick snapshots. In Malaysia, life insurance is severely underpenetrated. Approximately 70% of Malaysians don't have life insurance. And when you look at SMEs, over 50% of them do not have any type of insurance, right? And this is in spite of the fact that mobile penetration is upwards of 114%. And most millennials, 80% of millennials consume digitally. COVID has just added on to that impetus to go digital, and insurance is no different. So GFlex Fact 40 over the last 2 years has been working on developing its own technology offerings. But we don't only do technology, we have also worked upstream with the products themselves. So you would see later on in the presentation, we've worked with a couple of insurers, a couple of operators in Malaysia, creating products that are unique, that are fully digital and can be bought with less than 3 to 5 steps online. So the entire technology, I would go through the technology stack, which we call Evan, is already completed, ready. So one of the main things to understand here, we're not raising funds to build the tech. The tech is ready, both for FlexiProtect and MyLindung, which are our brand names, which I'll also explain what they do in a bit. Right, and our distribution model is something else that really differentiates how we work versus how most of the insurance technology companies in the market work, and also how the incumbents work. We involve marketing channels, we involve sales channels, B2B partners, and eventually also authorized agents. So in terms of go live, MyLindung will go live in Q1 2021. FlexiProtect, we are putting up the final touches with our partners, AXA General Insurance. We should go live very, very soon. We've already secured a major corporate investor who is also an insurance of the Takaful company. And we are in discussions with another corporate investor, which is a family office, for additional investments. In terms of partnership, we've already signed three partners, B2B partners. We'll reveal them later on. And the idea is for those of you who are looking to invest and coming with us, we are looking at year 3 dividend payouts, year 4 share buybacks. We'll get into that a little bit more later, and eventually an IPO in 2027. So first and foremost, I believe any business that wants to serve the customer needs to understand what the customer wants and what the customer's desires are. Can't just create a shop syndicate product. You need to create something that the customers really do need. So when you look at expecting parents, young couples with newborns, young female professionals, and even mothers and wives in Malaysia, especially because of pandemic, there is a change in mindset, obviously. But even before then, they've always been a lot more financially savvy, a lot more risk averse. So they tend to want to get products that can actually give them financial security. We've done surveys ourselves. We've also have access to surveys done by our partners, where almost 80% of this segment would actually buy a life insurance with Takaful if it's affordably priced and easily accessible. And that gives us a market size of approximately 19 million people in Malaysia itself. Whereas if you look at the SMEs, there are roughly around 900,000 SMEs in Malaysia, and 80% of them are in the services sector, i.e. F&Bs, hairstylists, wellness centers, learning centers, and so on. And we are looking at targeting 20% of this market through an entirely digital process, giving us roughly about 90,000 potential customers. So it is important to really understand the model that we are deploying. So what we are not doing is we are not becoming another sales channel. We do a little bit of that on the SME side, but at the core, what we are doing is we've developed the product offering, i.e. the insurance product or the Takaful product itself, together with our partners. And we've also developed the technology stack that is able to deliver these products to the customers. So we are delivering these products through MyLindung and FlexiProtect, which then can be plugged into APIs either through telcos, corporacies, e-wallets, or even personal financing apps, and ultimately also through places of worship. So what we're doing is we're combining both the online distribution model and the offline distribution medium, which has been extremely successful in other markets across the world, namely, for example, in India, in Bangladesh, in Africa, and even in Europe. So we try to bring that all together and deliver that to a very simplified tech stack that is able to do not only the sales, but it's, our tech is able to do rule-based underwriting. We are able to do biometric identification. Customers, once they have a policy from us, they can do their own policy management. Obviously, we also do eKYC, and we've also developed our own claims authentication processes. So all of these processes are proprietary to GFlex40, and it's run under our core engine, which is called EVAN, or Expert Visual Aided Actuarial Nexus. So we run it on cloud. We don't owe any of the IP to a third party, like some of the insurance technologies out there, but we own our own products and our own technology. So this is how it looks like at the moment. MyLingdong has been developed specifically for the takaful business. So all the takaful life insurance, medical insurance, and general takaful will fall under MyLingdong, which is a proprietary brand. We own the URL and we are processing the IP at the moment. Whereas FlexiProtect does everything that's on the conventional side, whether it be SME products or eventually life insurances. Right. So at the moment, we have signed distribution or marketing agreements with Bonuslink, K Alfred, and Pod, whereby they would bring us customers to their own apps or to their own tech or to their own marketing initiatives. And we are working on multiple other potential partners, including several telcos and other successful fintechs, so that we are able to distribute products at a cheaper and faster way. So if you look at the market right now, our competition is basically made of the incumbents at the bottom left, who we find very, very traditional, very expensive. So we don't really see them as competitors because they're agent-driven. And we have, of course, the insurance technology companies like PASAR Police, Koala, Policy Street, and so on. Now, important to differentiate us from these insurance technology companies. What most of these insurance technology companies do is they become a sales channel to existing incumbent players. Some of these companies have evolved into broker models, where even then again, they are doing sales for the insurance companies. They don't own the customers and they don't own the products. We have adopted an MGA model, a managing general agent model, which is a very well-known insurance model across the world and very, very successful, as you would see in a little bit. And that gives us both ownership of the customer and ownership of the IP of the products together with our partners. So the only competition or the one that comes similar to us, closest, is eLife. But even then, as far as we understand from their business model, they don't own the customers, nor do they own the product IPs. And they are definitely not doing the claims processing, which is the cream of the whole process, in our opinion. So we adopted an MGA model.
Satya, I'm so sorry, your time is already up. Can you quickly wrap up in 30 seconds?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
So why we adopted an MGA model is simply because this is the model that we believe delivers the maximum value to customers and maximum value to also the insurance companies. And you can see track records of other MGAs which are hugely successful. So this is the team that has founded the whole process and works on it. Teresa, Jade, Margaret, we are extremely passionate. Kailas is extremely passionate. We've been at it for about 2 years now. And this is the funds that we are raising at the moment. And we're happy to answer any questions that you might have right after this.
Okay. Is that the end of your presentation, Satya?
I have a couple of more, but I think, in summary, that's it.
Okay, sure. So let's open up the floor to the audience. If you have any questions, ask them on your behalf. We already have one question that came in from Facebook. Could you explain on the cybersecurity of your platform, since you are a new platform and will hold users' information?
Right. So great, good question. So what we have done is, since we fall under the Bank Negara guidelines, under the Islamic Financial Services Act, and also the FSA, what we are required to do is we are required to perform penetration testing. We are required to adhere to the PDPA policies, and we are happy to share that we've already completed penetration testing for FlexiProtect, penetration testing for MyLindo will start early next year in January, and we will be in full compliance with IFSA and FSA requirements in terms of data protection of customers.
Okay.
And just to add one more point there, even notwithstanding the requirements that the government has, we at GFlex40 are extremely cautious of our customers' data, and we protect it at all counts.
All right. Okay. Thank you. So we have a question from Mr. Jonathan Lee Conrad. He says, "Hi Satya. This is a very interesting proposal. Would you be able to name the partners that you are in the midst of locking down? Would you be keen on working with e-commerce platforms?"
Jonathan, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, correct. So Jonathan, thank you very much for the question. We are happy to share who our partners are the moment that we have a more firm conversation with potential investor. So if you guys are looking at that, we're happy to sit down and talk to you. And to answer your second question, we are extremely happy to speak to e-commerce platforms. In the past, we have already started conversations with a number of major platforms, and those conversations are on hold now until we get the funding in place and move forward. But if you are presenting any one of them, just reach out to us, and we'd be happy to have a conversation on how to materialize it.
Okay, thank you. If there are any more questions from the audience, please do direct them to the chat box. Satya, why don't you go back to the slide on your fundraise? Yeah, exactly, financial and use of funds. Maybe you can just give a bit of a short explanation of what's going on here.
Yeah. So just an overview. This is how the fundraising fund use will be looking like over the next 5 years. So essentially, the tech has been developed. The team is starting to be put into place now. What we are going to deploy the funds is predominantly towards marketing and building a market share. So we're not looking at spending the money on tech. That is well done invested. So there'll be some expense there, roughly about 7%, but over 30% goes to marketing and 50% into operations of serving the customers, managing those policies and so on. So you're not looking at a proposition where you need to start from scratch. We have the partners ready, we have the tech ready, we have the products ready. Now we only need your joining us to go and grab the market.
Okay, thank you. I think there are no questions coming in at the moment, but if there are, the audience may leave them in the chat box, and I will encourage Satya to reply them directly. Okay.
Thank you very much, Shaz.
All right, thank you very much, Satya. So we can move on to the next pictures. We have MAEKO. Chelsea, are you online?
Yes, okay, I'm online.
Hi, thank you, Chelsea.
Okay. Okay, and I'm going to share the screen. How do I share the screen now? Gosh. Okay. Sorry. Give me a moment. Just hang. Okay.
Okay, your slides are coming up. Yep, they're there.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. Okay, my name is Chelsea. I'm the founder of MAEKO. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about food waste management and the technology that we have to manage all the food waste. Now, the entire mission of the company is to divert food waste from the landfills. And we know that basically food waste, we are generating 1.3 billion tons of food waste on a daily basis, and then which is per year, globally. So what happens in Malaysia now is food waste alone basically causes 10% of our greenhouse gases in the world, which is of course very bad to the climate now. Yeah. You can see that I'm facing somewhere else because my screen is on the other side. Okay, now from SW Corp, you can see that whatever that you throw into the landfills now, basically food waste consists of the highest percentage, which is 44.5%. So this is also very detrimental, and you know that they're now rotting in the landfills. Yeah. Okay, so we know in Malaysia, 15,000 tons of food waste are now wasted. Yeah, and this can feed a lot of people. We can see from this graph. We don't want that to happen, so we're now trying to resolve all these problems at source. So now we have came up with a technology a couple of years ago in 2015. This technology basically can convert 100% of all the food waste that you throw into the machine into biocompost in just 24 hours. Now, what sort of food waste are we talking about? We're talking those that you prepare in the kitchen, from your table waste, whether it's cooked, whether it's raw, even compostable, 100% compostable packaging, food packaging can be basically converted using our technology. All right, so this process commercially we have already rolled out for at least 5 years, and we have many places where you can show you later on. This is how it goes. You put in the food waste, goes into the machine, and compost can be generated the next day, and it's dry. So it looks like this. Okay, you can see from here, it looks like this. So it's easy to manage. It's not sludgy or wet. Okay. So this, over the years, we have successfully implemented in many places, even in commercial areas, in education like universities, schools, we have commercial players, we have restaurants, we have hotels. You can see we have also municipal councils that's using our commercial products. Now, after which we have, our team has decided, we have also gotten various awards like from Sports & Sullivan, and the best one that we have gotten is we have been recognized by the United Nations for our technology for converting food waste within a short span of 24 hours, and compost comes out dry. Yeah. Okay. So over the years, we have decided to launch this product, and we want everybody, not only organizations and corporates, to be able to own and resolve their food waste at source. We have also now, we want to bring this solution to your home. So we designed this baby product that we've added to our family called Munchbot. It works the same way. It's also quick in composting. It takes up all types of food waste. And of course, you can put in all that. And of course, this will also serve for all your communities. It's a great solution for food trucks. And it's a great solution for urban community where everybody now is talking about urban gardening, have a better place at home using do away with chemical fertilizers by using compost that is actually generated from your own food waste. All right, so business model is we are actually looking into different segments here. We're targeting the business to the commercial customer segment, which is B2C. We have property developers who are now discussing to adopt the units for all their new developments, and also for schools that are ready to basically start their own green projects. Yeah, so these are our main focus for our business. We are two of us here, myself and May. May is basically another co-founder of the company where she focuses on the R&D and development of the microbes, and other 11 teams, marketing as well as our assembly team. Okay, so this is our timeline. We are now raising funds. We started in November end, and we are scheduled to develop the products. This entire fundraising is for manufacturing the product itself. We hope to launch it in September next year. And of course, we have at the same time, we are developing all our connections and also our marketing, e-commerce marketing for global and export expansion. All right, so these are our investment benefits. I'm sure you want to know. Of course, we are offering preference shares. The option one is if you invest 1,000 ringgit to 5,000 ringgit, we give you a fixed cumulative dividend of 2.3% per annum. for 4 years. Yeah, you can. We'll share you the term sheets later on. And for option 2, if you invest with us 16,000 to 49,000, you get a fixed cumulative dividend of 3.8% per annum. And for option 3, that's the best. We've already gotten a couple of investors who has invested on us above 50,000, which is 6% per annum fixed cumulative dividend. So these are our investment benefits. Okay, so I suggest that we all want to put a little bit green into our wallet. We've been investing in I believe we have investors here who have been investing in other companies, but we hope that for the environment, to impact a better, a cleaner and more hygiene for environment for our next generation, do put a little bit into your wallet, come into invest in our little munch board that can help every household and all the food trucks in Malaysia. All right, that's all from me today. My name is Chelsea. You can get my contact on the screen.
Okay, thank you, Chelsea. As usual, always well under 7 minutes.
Thank you
very much. All right, we'll open up the floor to the audience for questions now. If you have any questions, please direct them in the chat box. Also, Ms. Mazniha has already shared the deal page link and also the direct email for Chelsea if you'd like to get in contact with MAEKO. You're still waiting?
Any question? So the product is pretty straightforward. All you need to do, and we're going to start by using a few models like owning it through the zero interest free installment basis. That's how you own it. If you want to know the price of the munch board, it is actually now priced below 4,000 ringgit per unit. Easy to own, and also we will have rental options for it as well.
Okay, we have one question that came in from Facebook. How do you stand out from your competitors?
Okay, basically, whatever you see in the market now are probably those who are very online buyers. They will see a lot of dehydrators in the market. So yeah, you can see that the video, you put in food waste and all that kind of things. But unfortunately, they're basically drying the food alone. Why? Because in other countries, they pay when they pay food. They pay to throw away their food waste, and it has to be as light as possible because the weight costs money. Yeah, so they are dehydrators. So the difference between us is we don't dehydrate our food waste. We basically compost it biologically. So that is true composting, what I call. So you can put in all your cooked and also raw waste, and it will turn out just like this. As I showed earlier, it's going to look like this. So it's not going to be a piece of dried vegetable or a piece of dried vegetable that looks like a pancake. So it doesn't look like that. So those, you be in contact with water for those, and then it gets smelly again, so it rots again. So this don't. Just put it into your plants, your pots, and anything that you have. If you have a garden, please use them. Yeah. So that's the difference. Yeah. And you can also see from the video, sometimes they can't compost bones. Yeah. So our basically munchboard compost bones as well. You have chicken bone, fish bone, things like that.
Okay, thank you, Chelsea. Any questions from the audience? We're still open and we still have some time.
How come I don't see myself?
You have to switch your layout on the Meet. Yeah.
I'm not sure whether
I can definitely see you. I can see you. Yeah.
Always call me. I think you can always get in touch with me from my email. You can.
Yeah, that's right. The deal page again, the link is there, and also her email is there. Please do get in contact with Chelsea if you are interested. Okay, I think that's all we have. There are no questions. We'll move on to the next picture. Thank you, Chelsea.
Thank you.
So next up, we have an upcoming deal. We have TABIGO.
Hi. Yeah. Hi. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, hold on. Let me share my slide. Well, can anyone see my slide?
No, it's not uploading. You try again.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
Okay, yeah, it's up. We can see it.
Okay, hold on. Okay, can I see it now?
Yeah, you're ready to
Okay.
go.
Yeah. Okay. So TABIGO is a leading online travel marketplace and aggregators in Southeast Asia. So right now, if you hear about travel, people may be wondering whether the sustainability of that. But let me assure you, this is a different thing. We are manufacturing a new age of travel industry. Okay, what we are doing, we are creating environment for everyone to travel with worry-free experience. We are backed up by Golden Adventure Tours and Travel, a traditional reputable travel agency which has over 100,000 customers accumulated since 2010. Now, with a steady growth of 8,000 to 9,000 customers annually, Golden Ventures, even during this pandemic, as you can see at the slide, they are making revenue, an increase in revenue. Now, why are we doing this? There's no travel app that targets the whole market. There's no travel app to target the needs of free independent travelers, which is a booming industry in the new age of tourism. And lastly, the most important of all, there's no travel app to cover the whole ecosystem, which is B2B and B2C. Now, TABIGO app is the solution. We serve all parties who are interested in travel. We allow free independent travelers to plot their itinerary in our app. And most importantly, we cover all types of data to allow our users to make an informed decision when they travel. Now, informed decision during traveling is very important. A slight mistake or a wrong way will delay or causes us to miss out on specific attraction. And lastly, worry-free experience for travelers. This is how the app looks like. First, when you open the app, you'll be greeted with a map that shows you the attraction around your area and also the nearby attraction and restaurants where you can have your meals and your accommodations. Now, if you want to plan your travel forward, you can go to the list mode where you will be greeted the second page. It will be on to the attraction that's available on the place. You can search, you can find, and you can book the stuff there. And on top of that, we have this travel deal page where you can compare price, services for different travel industries. Different travel agencies. And we adopt easy booking confirmation method, as you can see from the app there, from the slide there. And of course, we provide up-to-date travel news for all our users, which is very important right now as you see borders and all the restriction around. Now, we can also allow you to explore the world around you. You can see we highlight the specialties of each countries onto the platform, so you can see what are the latest trend and everything. Now, we have over 9,000 customers who are ready to get on board the TABIGO app. On top of that, we have 20 over travel agency, not just in Malaysia, which are already on board of our TABIGO platform. And also, of course, 50 over merchants are already on board of our platform. Now, how big is the travel market? The online travel market is estimated to garner 1 billion by 2020. And Southeast Asia, we are expected to reach 78 billion by 2025. The trend of online booking is overcoming the traditional way of travel. As you can see, the increase from 2015 to 2018. And of course, the forecast of 2025. Now, the reality of TABIGO app is we are online platform and we are partnered by offline platform too, which is the Golden Adventure Tours and Travels. Now, we are not restricted just to that travel agency. We are opening this platform for everyone else. Okay. Now, the competition for our platform is, of course, you have Wonderfly, KK Day, and Club. Now, why are we better than them? Why are we able to conquer them? It's because we are partnered with traditional travel agencies such as Golden Adventures and more. Now, what is our revenue model? Our business model covers B2B and B2C. So we charge a transaction fee, advertising fee, and featured package to a base rate of 2%, or for advertising, 50 cents per ads. Why do you choose? Why us? We are aggregators and marketplace, and not just an online travel agency. We fill the puzzle in the whole ecosystem. And online booking as compared to traditional offline process. Now, we target the whole market, including free independent travelers. And we have the experience of a very experienced tour agency that has deep understanding of customers' need and desire on the travel industry. Our partners. We have over 8 countries partners who has already signed the letter of intent, which are already ready to get on board. They are different from Japan, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, Myanmar, Cambodia, Indonesia, and Brunei. On top of that, we have 20 over travel agents which are already on board of TABIGO and 50 merchants. Now, the letter of intent they signed is presented here. As you can see, they have already ready to get on board of the TABIGO platform. Hotel and merchants. You can see that these are the famous hotels you can see around Malaysia. They are already on board on our platform. Now, who are we? I am Darren Wong, the CEO of TABIGO Sdn Bhd. Kevin Yam is the CTO of our platform, TABIGO Sdn Bhd. And Wong Kok Bin is the advisor of TABIGO Sdn Bhd, which is also the founder of Golden Adventure Tours and Travels. How much are we raising? We aim to raise $500,000 at 15 million pre-money valuation through this equity crowdfunding campaign. Now, for our offer, you can see that there are different packages custom to different range of people. The difference is that we are offering 8% of dividend rate for all. So the dividend gain is different among all, and we offer preference shares for everyone with the maturity of 3 years down the road. And the catch is we have free travel packages which is given by travel credits on our platform, 20% on the initial investment amount. What's the usage of our fund? We'll be focusing a lot on marketing and platform development. Operation and legal will be increasing later on. Our financial projection for the year coming will be listed here. As you can see, the revenue will be increasing as the travel boom is coming. everybody needs to travel. But due to this pandemic, the travel is not very consistent. But you can see it's coming. Okay, the business timeline of our TABIGO platform, we have to launch the app on the next year, first quarter. And later on, we'll be focusing on increasing our partners and, of course, to cover more countries in the market. Okay, our exit strategy will be listing on IPO and merger and acquisition from the bigger companies. Why invest in us now? We have a strong partnership with travel agency and merchants in 8 countries. Our technology is putting people first, and now is the best time for us to invest in a company that has technology advancement before the next travel boom is coming. Thank you very much. This is my contact if you want to know more.
Okay, thank you, Darren. We'll open up the floor to the audience to ask any questions. You can direct them into the chat box, and I will ask them on your behalf. Similarly to those of you tuning in from Facebook, please leave them in a comment section. We actually already have one question for you, Darren.
Okay.
Do you have a plan B in the event the travel boom does not arrive as soon as you think? What are your contingencies?
No, because you can see that everyone needs to travel. It's just about the restriction right now. But you can see that our business doesn't only function if you can travel overseas. Our business can function even if you are traveling.
Okay.
Okay, I hope that answered the question.
Yeah. Also, we see that you're planning to launch the app in the first quarter of next year, which is not too far away.
Yes.
Are you doing this regardless of if any CMCO or MCO is imposed?
Yes, we are doing this because the app is ready, as you can see on top. Hold on. Yeah, the app is ready actually, and as I said just now, this can function even with or without the MCO. You can actually plot your itinerary before you want to go there. So, for example, everybody is like thinking, "Oh, I want to travel when the pandemic is over." You can actually plot your itinerary there, plan everything, and which way will be the best route and everything.
Okay, Darren, so the previous question I had asked you on the plan B was not answered properly. So let me ask you again. What is your plan B to keep the company afloat in the event the pandemic continues to curb traveling? Okay,
because the financial in our company won't be a problem, as we are adopting also the traditional ways of travel agencies are functioning, but we can function as an information providing websites, and you can see that even booking simple restaurants for your meal is available in our platform, and of course we will get a better deal from just walking in to the restaurants because we are very connected with the merchants around Malaysia.
Okay then.
Does that answer the question? Sorry.
I think it does. We'll wait for another comment if it comes in. But we do have a question for you. Can you give an estimate percentage of your return of investments on your first year projection?
Okay, hold on. Okay. An estimated percentage will be return on investment will be the dividend gain. So onto the dividend gain, we have already written out the offer of our packages. So from the total dividend gain, you can see that you are able to gain this amount of money upon the difference in the initial investment you made.
Okay. We still have some time to take more questions. If there are any from the audience, I do encourage you to drop them into the chat box.
As I can say, I would like to add that travel industry is not something that is already extinct, because the human need of travel is will be there. So the difference is that the future of travel industry, is it going to be back to the traditional way, or is it going to be the new age of travel industry? This is what the future will be like for travelers.
All right. Thanks, Darren. So another question,
Yes.
and I think this is a good one. So does your data, is it taken from your financial projection whilst taking account during the time of the pandemic?
Hold on, let me get to it. This one. Yes, as you can see that we are not making we are not like a straight. There may be a adaptation period of travel during the next year, maybe when the vaccine is available and everything. So this is taken account in our financial projection.
Okay then. I think that's all the questions we have for now. I'm just waiting for any last minute messages coming in from the chat box. Yeah. I don't think so. And I think we're also out of time to take more questions. Thank you very much, Darren.
Thank you.
Hi, sorry, I didn't know that I was muted. So we've come to the end of our session for today. And now you've seen our pictures for today too. We had ULearnMONEY, and we had PASAR, we had GFlex40, MAEKO, and TABIGO. For any of you who are interested to get in contact with them, these are their links to their deal pages, and these are also their emails to contact them. We have Elaine in the call. Elaine, would you like to share a few closing remarks?
Hi. Why am I saying any closing remarks from the hospital? Hi guys. Okay, anyway, I'd like to thank everybody today for coming in. I hope you've had all of you who've joined in has had a great time interacting and listening to our live, the companies that's gone live. And these are great companies. I think do really seriously take a look at their deal pages and their investment offerings. And I'm sure, one of them would catch your eye and resonate with you. And sorry I couldn't be with you. I don't know whether the team has told you. I was actually, I'm in hospital right now, actually. Had an emergency surgery yesterday. Anyway, yeah, but being typical me, I can't sit still. Just want to check out what's going on. Anyway, have a great day, everyone. And yeah, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Yeah. All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye. Stay safe.
Thank you, Elaine. And our prayers and our wishes are with you. We hope that you recover quickly. And also to everyone, thank you so much for joining us. To our issuers, thank you also for great presentations today. And with that, from Anta Plus, we would like to wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's. Thank you so much.
Chua. Oh my